actual translator gates, no random elevators, and we're off.
Yep.
Now, what are you looking to see this evening, rather, from our runners, and from the seed for that matter?
You're the one who made this, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Dark Beam in TAS. I'm calling it.
too bad.
I mean, it won't be terrible, but whoever knows how to do the slope jump there might get a pretty big lead.
Pretty sure they both know that, no problem. Yeah, we are in the semifinals at this point, so now we're starting to really hit the tip of the iceberg.
And Gollop is one of those players who is actually involved with some of the development for the randomizer and the logic generation as well, so he knows the randomizer very well. JaggerG has also been speedrunning the Metroid series as a whole for several years. He's been around since like 2000 or something like that. And he knows a lot of tricks and echoes, and he's been going in on randomizers. So both players are very competent in their own rights, and we're going to see what happens. They're both pretty much in the exact same spot.
Yeah, this is after syncing them up, too. So, yeah, we're going to have a simultaneous, practically hive exit here. Both at about...
Never mind. No more sync anymore.
Boo. Well, they both got out of Hive Chamber B at around the 109 mark, so still fairly solid.
Yep, and what you're about to see here, if you're not familiar with echoes, is a slope jump. A slope jump is where you jump against the slope to gain extra height. What they're going to do is scan... Well, it looks like Gollop's not doing it, but JaggerG is going to be doing a slope jump to get on top of his crate, and then finish scanning the post. And when the crate goes up, it's actually going to be carrying Samus and allows him to skip going around this room, which you're seeing Gollop do the normal way. This is faster. However, if you have to go through this area again without space jump, then you're gonna have to just do the vanilla way of lowering the bridge anyway. So it has its disadvantages and advantages, but usually it's worth it. Like, you can kind of see they're practically tied now.
Yeah, it's only about a 2 or 3 second difference here as we get into the temple assembly site, where we will get our intelligence on our first item of the day. Gollop not even bothering to go check it. It's just going to blind task jump and nail it first try. Going for it.
First try, of course. I personally am not a fan of it, so I don't go for it ever. But if you know how to do it, then more power to you.
And it might be worth it because it has a ball upgrade. It has the spider ball.
That's nice. It's not like a huge game changer right now, but it's definitely nice. So
yeah, not the ball upgrade I'm sure Gollop was looking for. If they really wanted to get something good out of task jump, boost ball is definitely going to be the order of the day for that one.
Boost ball, bombs, or amber translator are probably the big ones to get from there.
A missile tank wouldn't be too bad because then you can throw in storage chamber B while you're at it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know what Gollop was doing. I guess he forgot he didn't have bombs.
I think he was actually just looking to see if there was a glow from that particular area.
Yeah, that's true. And looks like our first item in logic is the secret launcher. You're always going to see the missile launcher or the secret launcher with the current settings. And JaggerG activated a cutscene to respawn the secret launcher, which allows him to dupe the item there. Not strictly required, but it is handy because it lets you have 10 missiles right off the bat instead of 5, and that makes a pretty big difference, actually.
Especially with Seekers going into Dark Alpha Splinter, it does add a lot of convenience here. You could also use this. I like to use the Seekers against the Dark Splinters as well, because they have about, I think it's 60 HP. So each Splinter taking 2 5-packs of Seekers will instantly be wiped.
I think it's less, because I know some of them died to a full blow from a missile and some splash damage, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, so JaggerG did a series of scan dashes and a slope jump to skip doing this room manually, which you're about to see Gollop do. So Gollop's the kind of player who I think he doesn't really opt for as many tricks as a lot of other runners, but he just knows the logic really well and is just probably one of the best players at routing overall, which is honestly probably the most important aspect of racing the randomizer, more than knowing how to do specific speed tricks.
Indeed. Yeah, Gollop routed his quarterfinals match against DCR absolutely beautifully last week and pulled quite a stunning victory, all things considering. JaggerG getting a very lucky 10 missile drop right in time for Dark Alpha Splinter. Now, we did have a Sky Temple key in Transport A access, so our runners will have to come back for that.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Once they get either bombs, boost balls, super missiles, or power bombs.
Good job, Jagger. Not enough people do that, charging their Seekers during the transformation.
Yeah, luckily, when Dark Alpha Splinter changes from light to dark, he is still flagged as targetable, and the target lock doesn't break, so...
The other convenient thing about having 10 missiles is that if you're at 0 missiles, this game, when you have a chance of a drop, the game will typically have a roughly 80% chance of giving you a double missile drop. But that only kicks in if you have at least 10 missiles, which is why duping the Seeker Launcher is actually more important, because you can't abuse that mechanic if you only have...
Absolutely.
But it looks like we got Violet Translator. The item that JaggerG got and the one he's about to get, one of those two has to be Violet Translator with the given settings. There's also conveniently a Violet Hint. Hints are a system in this game where the lore in the vanilla game are transformed into hints that you can scan if you have the corresponding translator. So unluckily, it looks like the other item is a missile expansion, but we're going to see our first Violet Hint.
And the space jump boots can be found in Aegon Way, so that at least eliminates a large number of the trolley locations it could be, because space jump typically ends up in Aegon under tourney settings.
Gollop's going to be getting his hint soon too. And there's another item here that requires bombs in logic. It looks like it's the translator.
I believe that is Cobalt.
That's Indeed, an interesting location for Cobalt, and scary, because if you get Cobalt early, there's a very good chance that you need to fight Spider Guardian, because Cobalt is required for 4 items, 3 of which are locked behind Spider Guardian.
The other which is locked behind Light Suit.
Yep.
So yeah, either way, this is not looking very promising.
The ideal situation would be if they get early power bombs, so that they have earlier access to Sanctuary. Conveniently enough, the Spider Ball is also right here, because then by having access to Sanctuary, they can start getting all the Cobalt hint.
Very
if
true.
They choose to do that. But that requires having a main power bomb.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
So Spider Ball and Boost Ball are right next to each other, and it looks like Jagger's just going to go for the jump. At this point, it's pretty worth it.
I would agree to that.
This is worth it. And he gets a second try, so nice.
Yeah, this is really... this is a fairly interesting start here. Our runners will be going into Aegon. And the nice thing about going into Aegon with Boost Ball is in the event that bombs do not show up, they are no longer soft-locked getting out of Bomb Guardian's room, because the glass barriers can be shattered by Boost Ball.
And you notice that Gollop actually took a slightly different route by getting Spider Bar earlier, whereas JaggerG got it now, and they're pretty much synced now. So, yeah, pretty close already. So, oh, there's a Sky Temple key in, what's it called?
That would be a Cursed Lake. Although, to be fair, we're not looking for much to get that particular Sky Temple key, just honestly Dark World access and Dark Visor.
Yep. And we're going to get another Violet Hint coming up soon.
Just a missile tank at the Aegon Gate elevator would appear.
There is something in Dynamo Chamber, meaning there's a very good chance they're going to get main power bomb soon, because the item in Dynamo Chamber requires power bomb.
Indeed. Now that hint was like kind a partial joke hint. Yes. Now the item that it points to obviously does not exist in Prime 2. However, it is a non-expansion item. That much we can assure you.
So unfortunately, they kind of have to go all the way around this room, because no bombs, no space jump. But yeah, so they're going to be having just about every Morph Ball upgrade soon, because you have to have bombs soon anyways, too, so... So JaggerG is skipping the second round about the room by doing a slope jump off the edge of the platform. Gollop is opting to just go around, which puts JaggerG slightly ahead.
Yeah, this is...
This might be a fast seed, because they already had Boost Ball, which just saves so much time all around.
It does, you're absolutely right.
Jagger, oh, don't die, Jagger, please, don't die.
Yeah, these pirates are, I don't know what, oh, he's trying to boost into that pirate.
Boost ball can do quite a bit of damage if you, well, push against them for more than like a frame. Because boost ball does damage per frame, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's definitely nerfed by comparison to Prime 1.
Alright, so there's a really easy item that Gollop's about to get here. This is one of those checks you pretty much always want to get, no matter what items you have. And yep, true to word, it's the main power bombs. So the question now is, what is Gollop going to do? He's going to go back to Temple Grounds immediately to check out Dynamo Chamber. Is he going to check out Bomb Guardian? I imagine he would check out Bomb Guardian at least.
Yeah, now what's going to be really interesting is if Light Beam shows up soon, because that puts access to Sank Spider Side already in play.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jagger's just tailing behind Gollop. They pretty much have all the same items. The Bomb Guardian here is certainly a fight. You can choose to power bomb it and will kill it instantly, but the hitbox of the Bomb Guardian is kind of janky, so unless you really understand how it works, there's a good chance you'll miss the power bomb.
I think the long story short is that you have to get the tail and the head in the same hit.
I wouldn't know.
So, in this case, yeah, tail, head, hit, both at the same time. Down goes Bomb Guardian. And it looks like it had our space jump boots.
So we got all of our core early game items except for bombs.
Yeah,
there are a lot of items around this area, but at the moment, Gollop or JaggerG can't check them because no bombs, no dark beam, no light beam.
You're seeing on Jagger's end a more clear example of the power bomb being a little wonky. You saw that Bomb Guardian basically didn't get KO'd until the tail got tickled.
An energy tank, that is very good to have, especially since they had no health at all. No energy tanks at all. And JaggerG trying to go to the energy controller, but forgetting he doesn't have.
Oops.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him a few seconds.
I imagine Gollop's gonna ship warp, although if I have boost ball, I would go ahead and check out the portal chamber, just because boosting against the sand doesn't take forever. But it's not really too big of a deal, because you want to open up that area anyways later on.
Yeah, with Bomb Guardian defeated, our runners will be going to our runners will be able to defeat Dark Missile Trooper for an item in Hive Chamber A.
Looks like they're having a rough split.
Yeah, we're getting some nice divergence here. Jagger's electing to go to labs early, which is not a bad idea because with Spider Ball in tow, at the very least, he can head in Central Mining Station.
Yeah, he could get Central Mining Station's items, so it's not a bad idea to check it out. Yeah, so with Power Bombs and Bomb Guardian defeated, Gollop can get both items in the Hive Chamber area. While JaggerG takes out the pirates here, so we're going to see what's in Central Mining Station.
Had a vanilla Dark Missile Trooper, unfortunately, so Hive Chamber A not worth it at the moment, although Jagger has been playing quite dangerously today with the amount of health these pirates have been kind of sweeping out from under him.
Yeah, there's been a lot of risks he's been taking, but he survived, so hey.
Yeah, it's like the Hive Chamber trek was not worth it, as Gollop only got a light tank out of Hive Chamber B.
Oh, don't roll in there, don't roll in there, don't roll. Oh, okay, never mind, he's fine. So the thing about that little underground area is that the first time you roll in there, you can't get out because you can't unmorph. So your only way out of there is to use bombs if you don't blow up the crates, but if you don't have bombs, you're effectively soft-locked. But it looks like JaggerG is getting light beam now, so this was a big find.
Well, that's another key into Central Mining Station for one thing. Jagger could still take this all the way to Dark Samus 1. However,
you would have
if Dark Samus 1 does not have an vanilla Dark Beam, it would result in a soft lock, because you still logically need to reload the room for the Spider Ball track to become available.
Doesn't even have bombs to BSJ out, so...
Yeah, that's another thing.
Gollop check Dynamo Chamber yet?
Gollop did not check it. He's
he's gonna go ahead and get Cobalt. Not a bad play, because there's a good chance, I imagine he thinks there's a good chance he's gonna go to Sanctuary soon, given he has Power Bombs and Spider Ball already.
Oh yeah, chat brings up a good point, actually. Jagger is still missing bombs, so he actually cannot take this this labs play any further, and he just missed a missile, which means he's got to go back and get a quick drop before lowering the blast door.
All right, so we're about to see what's in Dynamo Chamber. But the main advantage JaggerG has right now is Light Beam from Pirate Area. So this might put Gollop ahead, depending on when JaggerG checks this item, whatever it might be. Gollop should also be free to check out Communication Area since he has Space Jump and Power Bombs. JaggerG, meanwhile, is about to check out Central Mining.
I would not be surprised to see Gollop take this all the way to GFMC compound to find...
Oh, Amber! Ooh. Not checking Communication? Or, no, he wants Power Bomb drop.
Yeah, he might... my suspicion is he is going to take this to GFMC, which I don't know if Gollop realizes he has a Power Bomb in his inventory already, because...
you need a Power Bomb for Communication Area and another one to get to GFMC.
Yeah, he wanted to get them both ahead of time, and that was
Dark
Beam
Dark
in
Beam.
Central Mining. Wow, both routes having...
so this is playing out well for both of them.
So
yeah. I mean, JaggerG has both beams, which is a really big deal, but Gollop also has Amber Translator, which opens up a check, one path to Torvis, and also all the Amber hints. So, in terms of upgrades, JaggerG is a little bit ahead because the beams are more important, but Gollop does have access to the Amber hints, which may be a huge deal breaker. Game changer. We'll see.
Yeah, now we have seen Jagger's Battleground in cache and Gollop's Reliquary cache. Both are dead, thankfully. We do know Dark Visor is still required for the Accursed Lake Sky Temple key, and it looks like Jagger is electing to go to Doomed Entry early.
Yeah. I don't know what was in Reliquary. I think it was an expansion.
Reliquary was an expansion.
Okay.
Battleground was an energy tank.
I did not get a chance to see what was in Doomed Entry.
I don't think it was anything more than a light tank. Yeah, I think it was a light tank.
So, for those not familiar, in the vanilla game, there are 4 beam ammo expansions in the game, each giving 50 light ammo and 50 dark ammo. The default settings in the randomizer splits up each ammo expansion into light only and dark only, and also each expansion gives you 25. So this increases the number of beam ammo expansions from 4 up to like 16, I think. Just to add some more diversity. Oh, there's bombs.
Wow, what a spot for those.
At this point, I can't really say either's ahead of the other, because like JaggerG is going to want to get Amber soon anyways, and Gollop's about to go to the pirate base, I imagine. So if anything, I would say Gollop has an advantage from the hints.
Ooh, we actually, Gollop got an excellent hint there that Chica is guarding only a light ammo tank, so Chica is dead.
Chica requires the 3 Torvis keys, but since Chica's dead, we don't need those. So that is good to know for him. Good intel.
Now, it was a missile tank here in Mining Station A. Gollop, I don't think saw that.
Be careful.
He is opening...
Oh. One.
Ooh.
He needs to get some health right now from the ink pod. A stray hit's just going to kill him. Okay, never mind.
Oh, and Gollop just learned about Light Beam, which in Gollop's case, that's good information, but Sand Cache itself, the only Amber check in the game, just a light ammo tank.
JaggerG is the kind of player who likes to take a lot more risky plays. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes not so much. So I'm not surprised that he's kind of playing around with really low health.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of like hard difficulty seeds in his practice streams lately.
So yeah, we're going to be seeing Gollop do the same thing that JaggerG did like 10 minutes ago. And we're about to see what's in Battleground. Which is Grapple Beam? Is that Grapple?
Looks like it.
Alright, so he's kind of debating whether he wants it or not. Because like, on one hand, Grapple Beam is required for quite a few things, logically speaking. But on the other hand, if you know how to do tricks like roll jumping and scan dashing, then you can pretty much skip almost every Grapple Beam check. But it looks like he's going to opt to get it.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting scenario here is that with Morph Ball bombs, you can actually get to the Torvis Temple elevator.
Although, actually, yeah, I don't mind the play of getting Grapple Beam now, because there's quite a few things in Sanctuary that needs Grapple Beam that you can't just cross with just scan dashes and roll jumps. Like the Energy Controller and Vault. So it's not a bad idea to grab Grapple Beam.
Spider Guardian even.
You could scan dash that. But, yeah. You're logically required to have Grapple Beam or Screw Attack for that.
Yeah, generally when I say required stuff, I usually refer to the logic, because I like to be, I guess,
not
lawful
confused.
good, not lawful good, not break the logic. Did a pirate just KO in the cutscene there for Gollop?
I was not paying attention.
It almost sounded like it did. We are aware that the audio is a little desynced. We are working to see how if we could fix that.
All right, so where's JaggerG going to go now? I imagine Gollop's just going to do the sweep around the pirate base, so he's going to eventually find Dark Beam. He already found Light Beam. He's going to find Dark Beam and bombs at some point soon.
Yeah, JaggerG's election to make the play to Doomed Entry over... well, granted, that actually, Doomed Entry was... it was either Doomed Entry or Storage B.
Let's do Grapple Beam and Bomb, so...
Yeah, Doomed Entry ended up being pretty good, because otherwise you only have Storage B as your only other check in labs with just Dark Beam and no bombs. Well, actually, no, Dark Beam was in...
Central Mining.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, JaggerG is getting this item now because it forces a reload on the room with Dark Samus 1, which you need is to reload for the spider track to activate and for the item in here to spawn. This item is now in logic because it requires boost and spider ball, which both players have, so you can kind of see what it is by shooting the glass through the railings. I guess we'll see what it is. Alright, so Dark Oasis has an expansion. That's good news. Go ahead and mark that down on my personal cheat sheet.
Alright, we are getting a look here at... Oh, JaggerG got bugged.
Yeah, it looks like just an missile tank.
Yeah, and it looks like JaggerG is going to indeed take this onto the Spider's Treasure, which
this is a great time for it.
Yeah, aptly named because typically the three checks here, Hall of Combat Mastery, Culling Chamber, and Hazing Cliff, 99 times out of 100 tend to yield progression, especially in these settings.
The big plus is that he has Spider Ball, he has Grapple Beam as well, so a good chunk of Sanctuary is open right now.
And Gollop only getting the Sunburst out of Storage B, which is going to at least be helpful if needed for Grapple Guardian, and could speed up Emperor 1 just a wee bit.
It's handy for a few bosses. Like, in a vacuum, Sunburst is like the worst beam combo by far, just because it's so slow. But like, just because so many bosses are weak to light, Sunburst happens to be the most useful. And that's Screw Attack. So Grapple Beam ended up being useless.
Yeah, that was a pretty short-lived Grapple Beam there.
I was hoping to see a seed where Grapple Beam was actually useful for people who know how to skip it, but, well, we're not seeing that today.
Not this time. And with early... oh, actually, JaggerG did not go back for Cobalt Translator yet, so JaggerG's not going to be able to make the play for the hints here, unfortunately.
He's not going to get any hints from both Aegon and Sanctuary, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is definitely a knowledge advantage Gollop is going to have, and that a knowledge advantage really does play big time into routing. By the way, Dark Samus 1 was a boss for both of our runners. You didn't see her much, but she was there.
And JaggerG will gladly take the energy tank. It's gonna be kind of tight though. I'm pretty sure you can get it with no suits and 0 E-tanks. You just have to be careful and take out the ink first. And you get a health refill, so. You
know what the funny thing is? That second energy tank actually puts Hazing Cliff into logic.
Ooh, yeah, that is true. Although JaggerG doesn't have the first E-tank, unfortunately. He hasn't had a good opportunity to grab it.
Yeah, it's going to come down. And with Screw Attack, though, the Hazing Cliff can be a little less painful because Screw Attack does increase your Dark Aether resistance by roughly 75%-ish.
Mm-hmm. When you're Screw Attacking in a Dark World, you take damage as if you have the Dark Suit, basically. Because, well, in a vanilla game, you're not supposed to have Screw Attack until after you have the Dark Suit.
Yeah, it's not perfect Dark Suit damage resistance, but it's fairly close. And it looks like Gollop is also routing in Doomed Entry. Yeah, you can see JaggerG has about 10 seconds of Dark Aether time left. He is going to make it out relatively comfortably. He almost got had a drops issue there, but he luckily kept his health low enough to get a more likely gold drop. I believe the chance is 80% if your health is below 20%.
Yep, 20%. So in JaggerG's case, if he had 40 health or lower, then he has an 80% chance of getting a yellow health drop, which was why he was intentionally waiting for his health to be low enough before opening that up.
So yeah, Spider's Treasure only playing out for the light sanctuary side. Nothing of particular interest in the Dark World yet. We're gonna get some pretty important intel here for Dynamo Works with the Key Bear and the Tunnel.
Type Dynamo Works is junk. One of the Dynamo Works items is an E-Tank. That item he just scanned is one of the items locked behind Spider Guardian and Gollop Translator, logically speaking. There are ways to get that backwards, which saves you a lot of time if you don't need to beat Spider Guardian itself.
Yeah, and actually with Space Jump and Screw Attack, that's Space Jump Screw Attack is usually my preferred, my personal preferred method of getting that tunnel item without fighting Spider Guardian.
And I'm not surprised that Gollop is going for Grapple Beam. I'm not entirely sure how comfortable he is with doing speed tricks overall, so because I haven't really seen him play enough.
I think it's a matter of safety, especially since with Light Beam, even just Light Beam and Power Bombs, this gauntlet, I should say, really doesn't take that much time.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't. It's not too long.
Because yeah, the Ing AI pad thing is frankly kind of stupid, and the Ing will just go walk right into the heavy duty light fields.
Because I imagine Gollop's just gonna be heading back to the light world. Probably gonna go to Sanctuary, I imagine.
He's probably gonna do the same sweep that Jagger's done at this point. Finish up labs, go to Spider's Treasure, which does seem to be the play right now, as it did contain a mandatory Screw Attack.
It's gonna be I feel like Gollop's gonna have more incentive to go to Sanctuary because he has Cobalt.
Yeah, now without Dark Visor or Seeker Missiles, or without Dark Visor, I should say, or Echo Visor, the Jagger will not be able to pick up this item here in the Temple Access, which is a Power Bomb tank. And it may or may not also make me be making me hungry for cheeseburgers.
Oof. That being said, grappling across the gap is faster than screw attacking, so you might as well grapple when you can, if you have both.
Pretty much. And Gollop not remembering to not boost in the tunnel, and we get
the best Sonic game. Gollop just got Sonic Boom while JaggerG got Dark Burst. Fantastic.
So we got two simultaneous super combos that are not the ones we're looking for, unfortunately.
Nope.
And actually, we know where all three of them are. Since
where was Sunburst again?
It was in. We got it 5 minutes ago. It was in Light Aegon somewhere.
Oh, Sand Cache, I think?
That's right.
So normally you need to have Dark Visor and Seekers to get out if you're
it was in Storage B.
Storage B. Oh, that room. Okay, yeah. But yeah, you need to be careful if you're coming into the temple access area here, because if you don't have Dark Visor and Seekers, you can't get out unless you know how to do a slope jump into a screw attack, or alternatively a 3VSJ to climb out.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough trick. Gollop saw the item in bioenergy production and just decided, nope, not interested, and I do believe it was a missile tank.
I'm surprised JaggerG is not stopping the othering of the gyro.
Yeah, considering
he's not bothering. Oh, whoa, that's a suit.
That's pretty useful.
That's pretty insignificant.
We're discovering a lot of very vital tools very early on here. This is, I say this as the makings of a Jet Seed, but you know Annihilator Beam's going to be needed and it's going to be somewhere stupid, right? And Gollop has elected to ship warp. He is not going to Spider's Treasure.
Interesting. So we're also going to see what's in Defiled Shrine, which is
A
Was that a
visor.
visor? Okay.
So that is guaranteed Echo Visor.
I don't know if it's possible for Dark... No, Dark Visor is required in this seed, so it
Absolutely
has to be Echo
impossible.
Visor.
Yeah, Dark Visor can never be behind an in-cache, because you need it just to even damage it in the first place. Shoutouts to Seeker Missiles, the best upgrade in the Prime series.
Yep. To be fair, with these locks, you're never supposed to be able to hit these locks in the vanilla game. From this side, at least. But yeah, Seekers are a thing.
Yeah, interestingly, with all that we have seen, neither of our runners have decided to do a South Dark Aegon sweep. They have decided not to fight Jump Guardian to check storage in Cache 4, rather, and Junction Site, and Trial Tunnel for that matter.
And that is quite a few things missing, and we do... Although maybe they're putting it off until they know what Amorbus has. At the very least, Gollop has a lot of opportunities for a lot of intel.
I would not be surprised at that. We're still... With Dark Suit, actually... I do believe, with Dark Suit, Amber Translator, and Light Beam, I do believe we can get to the front of Torvis. By logic.
Yes, that is correct.
Because normally you need at least Dark Suit to be able to get through the, well, that was an interesting screw attack there from, attempt there from Jagger.
Oh, did he get the glitch where Samus just kind of freaks out?
Yeah, he got the failure to screw glitch, I guess, is the best
That
term
happens
I've
if you
got
try
for
to do it out of a roll jump or BSJ first.
Okay.
Well, if you try to do it early out of a BSJ or roll jump, which are technically the same glitch.
Something else I don't think we've seen yet is we have not seen the item in not Sand Cache, in Mining Plaza, and I couldn't really get the best view, I have to confess.
Me neither. So, no idea. If it's important, Gollops, then we'll probably know.
I didn't see any rage beam shots at it, so that's promising. Looks like, oh, I got a view on my playback. It is an energy tank.
All right, vanilla E-tank.
Oh, Jagger looked at the vault item, but I don't think it was anything important because he's noping right back on out.
Which he is capable of getting it right now, so if it's something important, he would have gotten it.
Yeah, screw attack at boost ball makes vault pretty trivial.
Did he check out what's an aerial training site?
I
don't remember if he went to the Dark World. I don't think so, so I'm surprised he's not checking that yet.
Yeah, I think Jagger wants to check, he wants to check Cat West first real quick, since it's a pretty free check, and you get a nice refill here.
Oh, Golf's about to get another hint.
Wow.
Gravity boost, ooh, good find.
And that's Annihilator.
Is Annihilator, oh my. Yeah, so...
We literally are missing Dark Visor and Super Missiles and potentially Emerald Translator and Light Suit.
This is a lot of stuff in Sanctuary. Like, Sanctuary itself is a spider's treasure all around. Is that a suit?
I think it was.
Holy crap, I think that's a suit.
Yeah, that is Light Suit at 33 minutes in.
All right, well then.
This is one of the most stacked sanctuaries I have ever seen, and this is after we already have Torvis access, mind you.
So, like, if Gollop ends up going to Torvis, that's probably going to bite him in the butt pretty hard.
And the hint in the portal chamber was for Spider Ball. Thanks, game.
Sanctuary treasure. Indeed.
Yeah, pretty much.
The main reactor is an E-tank. I imagine he's going to get that. Yeah, probably. Even with Light Suit. Because the thing about in this game, suits, is that the Dark Suit and Light Suit, they do increase your resistance to the Dark World, but it doesn't increase your armor against actual enemy attacks.
Right.
So you're still going to take full damage.
I think the only game that actually does that is Prime 1.
Prime 1 definitely does. I don't know about Corruption.
And Corruption only has 2 suits, to be fair, and the difference between them is pretty substantial.
So I'm not sure what JaggerG is doing back here, unless he knows how to do reverse lower Torvis.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is what he's doing.
He just knows a lot of these tricks, so...
The only problem is all of lower Torvis is still currently out of logic until we find Super Missiles.
You are right, so this play could bite him in the butt.
Yeah, because Super Missiles are most definitely not going to show up here.
Like, at this point, Super Missiles are like the big item to find at this point. So
absolutely.
Super Missiles will unlock the Sky Temple key hints.
Yeah, Gollop in the meantime is electing to electing to continue to wait on Spider's treasure and to do the Aegon sweep. He is being very thorough, but unfortunately, unless of course he finds something major here, Jagger does continue to have the item advantage.
Imagine Gollop finding super missiles here. That's gonna be a pretty huge deal. Pretty huge deal. It could happen.
Absolutely. Because yeah, up until this point where, oh, it looks like Jagger actually almost got the statue clip first or second try.
Pile Tunnel had an STK, so that just means that Gollop has to come here anyway, so he's not really wasting time in the long run.
Yeah, Jagger is also going to have to come back here eventually, but he's going to know about this anyway once we do get our Sky Temple key hints.
All right. So we're going to see what's in the transit tunnel.
All right, now Gollop is shooting at the just besides the statue for a minute, just to make Jump Guardian a little less of a pain in the backside. And by that,
Jump is weak to light beam, so
yeah, roughly 30 light beam shots. I think it's more like 28 or 27 normally, but I always go with 30. And down goes Jump Guardian relatively fast.
Dungeon has an expansion. So Dungeon is dead.
Now, when JaggerG does go do Spider's Treasure, or if he finds if he goes to Sank Entrance, I would not be surprised, or after going back for Cobalt Translator, I would not be surprised to see him make a quick peek into Sank Map Station. Jump Guardian, unfortunately, didn't have anything of significant note. Neither did the rest of South Dark Aegon, besides that Sky Temple key, so...
Light ammo. Looks like he's opting for it, though.
That's like the 4th or 5th light ammo tank we've gotten today, right?
I haven't been keeping track of the ammo, so...
We've definitely seen a lot of those, and we know Chick is guarding a light ammo tank, too.
Well, there's a key.
That could,
key is It's an Aegon key. At this point, the only meaningful keys are Aegon keys, because we know Torvus is dead. And we know that Annihilator is accessible. So we don't need Inheim keys.
Yeah, now one thing Jagger is definitely going to have going into Lower Torvus is a knowledge disadvantage, because there are 3 Emerald hints in really close proximity here. Unfortunately, Emerald Translator does appear to still be kind of missing in action in general, so...
Like, Gollop could have easily gone to Torvus from the room with the Aegon key, but he wouldn't really have much to do, because you need either Super Missiles or Emerald Translator to get into any meaningful areas. Unless you know how to auto-balance.
I was about to say, yeah, exactly.
Which wouldn't be a bad time to do it, honestly, because if you know how to, because you can access Torvus from your front at this point, so it would be a really nice shortcut. But I don't blame Gollop for not doing it.
Indeed, we are getting a mine shaft check here, and Gollop is... Yeah, he's going to take it all the way down, and with our equipment, we can, easily check the entire area.
And a hint. So we'll see if this pays off.
Yeah, so far the hints not really.
I don't think that was something useful.
I don't think so either. I think it was another ammo tank. But yeah, so far the hints not playing out that well for Gollop either. We'll see how Mining Station B plays out.
Cobalt, you already
that's
know.
the Cobalt. Thanks, game.
Bummer.
Yeah, the Amber hints have not been doing Gollop a lot of favors today. It told him somewhat ahead of time of the Central Mining Station item, but that's about it. Not Central Mining Station, Light Beam. That was in Command Center. JaggerG finding an energy tank in Under Transit 1. A nice little energy refill right in time for Grapple Guardian, which it looks like he's going to go ahead and face right now.
Why not?
Yeah, he's got... Actually, he does not have Sunburst, so he's electing to just take a quick ammo refill, I think, first beforehand.
I believe he has to reload the room to actually fight him.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. Or, he's just ignoring Grapple Guardian.
He might be electing to just check on Under Temple access, and he might take this all the way to Under Temple and see... looks like he's gonna... Okay, he's going to...
A suit and watch station access. So Gollop knows about watch station access. I imagine he's going to go to Sanctuary at this point, which means he's going to be getting all the treasure there.
Yeah, because Gollop now knows about the suit, but Jagger already has it, and it looks like Jagger is going to go check out Hydro Chamber storage.
Gollop's been routing this really nicely, though, because he's been collecting everything on the way to the elevator to Sanctuary. So it looks like it seems like he was planning on going there in the first place, or leaving the option open.
True. Gollop is going to definitely have the knowledge advantage here in Sanctuary, as he did go back for Cobalt Translator.
Mm-hmm. Besides Cobalt and Amber, he doesn't really have anything else over Jagger at the moment, But Jagger is taking a lot of extra time to check out Lower Torvus, which doesn't really look like it's paying off. Unsurprisingly, because it's out of logic.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe come across a free Sky Temple key or two, which, to be fair, he did. Because there was a Sky Temple key in Hydro Dynamo Chamber.
Oh, I don't remember. I've been
that's
losing track.
About it. Unfortunately, that and an energy tank is pretty much all Jagger's found so far. That is of note. Apparently, also Chad points out that the second Aegon key was in the Aegon energy controller. Which we have not seen up until this point because at the time neither of our runners had bombs.
It's not really bias. I don't see where that's coming from. Gollop is definitely behind in terms of raw items, but if he keeps this up... Oh, wait. What was that?
That's the other suit.
That is in where? Forgot.
It's wherever Jagger found Light Suit. Transit Station.
Oh, Transit Station. Yeah. So he's gonna be checking out Culling Chamber and Hazing Cliff. JaggerG ship warps. I imagine he's gonna check out Hall of Honor Dead, and then start going to Torvus that way.
Probably gonna do the full. He's probably gonna do the full Temple Ground sweep first, because
he
has not fought Dark Missile Trooper.
He hasn't done Hive Chamber yet. You're right. He hasn't fought Jump Guardian yet, I think. So he can't check GFMC.
No, he is not.
He hasn't explored that area at all. So that we'll see how this runs. How he runs.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to who finds super missiles first, if you ask me.
Yeah, pretty much. And we don't know anything about it yet.
Yeah, another big question mark is Dark Visor, because we definitely need that for not in cache, for the in cache in Accursed Lake, yeah. And if Echo Visor is required, we may need to, we're going to need to go pick up the Defiled Shrine in cache as well.
I imagine that in both the players' heads, since I think they both know about the visor in Defiled Shrine now. Maybe. Well, actually, not. JaggerG does.
Jagger's about to find out because what he's doing is he's soft resetting here to return to the ship quickly from Hive Chamber B, which I think is slightly faster.
I never timed it, but I don't think it is because there's a save station right in front of the second item. So you can just ship warp from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that definitely further study is needed.
But I've never timed it, but God Instinct tells me that's faster instead.
Yeah, there's a lot of non-lower Torvus locations where supers can be parked at, so we could be looking for a while here, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Gollop's case, he doesn't know if supers aren't really the big thing he's looking for as much because he doesn't really have all the other goodies that JaggerG has, but he will soon.
Yeah, he's got the visor at the visor hints at the very least, and the suit hints.
Mm-hmm. I missed JaggerG's screen, but I imagine he scanned the hints for Defiled Shrine.
I think so. Gollop just got an Annihilator, the Annihilator beam hint from main gyro chamber, so the Cobalt Translator hint's paying out for Gollop. Although, to be fair, it's kind of... Gollop's
He
already
would've
going to be
gotten
heading... He's going to be heading in those general directions anyway. Ooh, Jagger being a little swag here.
That instant morph is kind of a nice trick to learn, and is faster than taking the ground route. So,
I think he did the screw attack method.
oh yeah, the screw attack method's typically easier. Did JaggerG scan the hint in meeting grounds? I imagine he didn't, so we're about to see something here.
Yeah, we're getting some little more new information here.
Undertemp Emerald and Undertemp. Oh.
Ooh, and that is the other item. Gollop already checked, or I should say Jagger already checked Under Temple, so he now knows that Emerald Translator is on Power Bomb guarding, which means I think the only way to the rest of Torvis from Upper Torvis is actually Super Missiles.
What we know is that super missiles cannot be in like Torvis Plaza or Torvis Grove in that area because that requires Emerald.
Yeah, that strikes a lot of a significant number of locations off the list.
That's actually a really big hint. It pretty much implies that super missiles can only be in like one of the halves of Upper Torvis, at least under the Torvis locations.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're on the ship, the GFS tier either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jagger's probably a little bit bummed out that he's missed out on Emerald Translator, but doesn't look like it's bothering him too much.
Morbus is dead.
And it looks like he's resetting again.
It looks like he just went there for the intel. I don't blame him. Well, although he could have gone through Upper Torvis from there, so interesting to see where he's going to go now.
Yeah, there's not, as far as Temple Grounds is concerned, the only place he can really check is Grand Wind Chamber and Wind Chamber Gate.
Yes, he can.
He can also check Fortress Transport Access, courtesy of that light suit.
And whatever the room's called in the Dark World, I forgot what it's called, that requires Dark Suit.
Profane Path?
Well, that's it. No, you can't check Profane Path because no Echo Visor. It's the dark version of TAS.
Plane of Dark Worship.
There you go. Yeah, so he can check that too.
A Dark Torvis key can be found in Torvis Bog.
Doesn't
that
matter.
actually really doesn't help us.
But like, keep in mind that with these hints, even though they're from a viewer perspective, they're not really helpful for us since we already saw Jagger get them. They're very helpful for Gollop because he doesn't know anything about the suit location or anything like that.
Yeah, both of our owners know Chica is dead, I think. Actually, no, only Gollop knows Chica is dead, I think, because that was an Amber hint.
You are correct.
So yeah, as far as Gollop is concerned, that hint at least strikes off one potential item off his Torvis list when he eventually gets there. So Gollop now has all of...
oh, there's Amber.
So Gollop, I think, has all of the super combos,
except for supers.
Yeah, all the miscellaneous super combos, I guess I should say.
All right, here's another hint. Quadraxis.
That is
Quadraxis is kind of dead.
Yeah, we may still end up having to logically fight Quadraxis by returning the Sanctuary energy. But, and that hint is guaranteed in the item pool for Umos' Sank Reward item, but we have not found it yet.
Yep. So, in every seed you get, there's always going to be a hint for each of the temple bosses and a hint for Umos, no matter what.
Yeah, and I think there's a grand total of 22 lore hints in the game, 5 each for Violet and Amber, 6 each for Emerald and Cobalt.
Is there 6 in Cobalt? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think so, because there's main research, watch station, gyro chamber, off combat mastery, sank entrance,
and energy controller. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Ooh, Gollop getting the sort of 2-for-1 here for watch station, getting opening the portal without falling off the spider track.
I don't think Jagger scanned the Violet hints here yet. We're about to see it. Well, Dark Beam, thanks.
Thanks, game. He's only got it in his inventory and pulled it out right now.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's checked Grand Wind Chamber yet. It looks like he's about to, because he's getting a lot of power bomb drop. That.
Yeah, he destroyed both crates on the same frame, which a neat little property of sorry, I'm keeping an eye on aerial training site. Both items look to be junk, so Gollop is saying, nope, I'm done. OMG, Darkburst getting a use. But yeah, Jagger electing to just skip by Wind Chamber for now and go check Wind Chamber Gate. I didn't see what Wind Chamber itself had.
Me neither. That's an E-tank.
Looks like just a missile tank. Yeah, if it was Supers, Jagger would be going for it right now. To answer question, chat, yes, both runners have been to Dynamo Chamber, which contain the Amber Translator. Which so far, besides Intel, has not been... as far as we know, the only thing that's good for is our logical access to Torvis right now.
Oh yeah, he couldn't go to Torvis that way. That's why he back. I forgot he didn't have Amber yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much why. And it looks like Jagger is going to route this into Phase-On grounds really quick.
So yeah, Gollop's about to get Gravity Boost, Annihilator Beam, and Light Suit all in a row. He must be happy to see that.
Yeah, this is also going to give us our last bit of intel here in main research as well.
So logically speaking, Phase-On Grounds is available if you have Screw Attack or Dark Visor. There are a lot of invisible platforms you can cross by using and see them with Dark Visor, which a lot of people don't know about. And oh, that's important. It's not supers, but that's still very important. And both players need that eventually, so. Looks like Gollop's stream froze, so I guess we'll have to give it a minute or two.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted out in just a minute, folks.
But I believe Jagger knows about the location of Echo Visor, so he can also go ahead and grab that immediately if he chooses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, no, he needs supers. Never mind. Well, unless he knows how to do the out of bounds to get there.
Looks like Jagger is going to make a quick trip over to grab the key in Transport A access as well. He won't be able to take this any further without Emerald Translators, which we now know is somewhere on Powerbomb Guardian. So
yeah,
Jagger's going to have to, unfortunately, save warp out of here at this point. Although he could actually go back the way he came now that he's got Dark Visor. And furthermore, he can take this all the way to Sank Entrance.
Unfortunately, he still doesn't have Cobalt Translator, which I imagine he should know about that. So, looks like he's taking a second to think. But you do have to be careful when you go to Sacred Path in the Randomizer, because it's effectively a one-way path until you have Dark Visor and Seekers to open the path, the bridge that JaggerG uses to open. So. I just realized our tracker already marked down lights for Gollop.
Yeah, and at this point,
it's
a
safe
safe
anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, he was going to go to Transit Station because if he came out that door anyway, the door would lock. And I think actually, if you try to go to Cat West now from main research, I think the game actually crashes.
It does, because you're expected to go through that door after you beat Caretaker Drone.
Yeah. Getting a Plane of Dark Worship check from JaggerG here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A Cursed Lake has an STK, so you might as well go here and get these checks.
Absolutely. Looks like even more light ammo in Plane of Dark Worship. Our runners are very solid on light ammo today. I mean, I know that it's easy for the ink to get blinded by the light, but this is just ridiculous.
Oh, we got another frame. And oh,
Yep, looks like we got him back. Unfortunately, it looks like his timer stopped.
or we're 3 minutes behind or something. I don't know.
No, his timer just
Oh no, his
flat
timer did
out
stop.
So
The feed is like really zoomed in too.
I think the cropping might have gotten reset since his stream reset. So we will get that resolved momentarily.
But first, what's in Sand Canyon?
Yeah, hopefully Gollop kept a local recording just to cover the 4 minutes we lost.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he got an Aegon key, and he doesn't know what Amorphous has. So for all he knows, he might need it. And he actually has all 3 Aegon keys, so that's a little dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they got any hints for Aegon keys overall, and that last Aegon key required screw attack, so I imagine from Gollop's point of view, he's gonna think that Amorphous probably doesn't have something. Because like the keys were really late. But for all he knows, it might be super missiles. Or Dark Visor. JaggerG is going to go ahead and pick up Cobalt. Meanwhile, Gollop's going to go to Doomed Entry. I imagine he's going to go ahead and check out, what's it called? The room with the dark water next to Vanilla Light Beam.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
I imagine Gollop's going to check the item in the dark water near the Vanilla Light Beam.
Oh, Feeding Pit, yes.
Feeding Pit, there we go. Or not, maybe not. Oh, maybe he's just going around because he wants to check out Vanilla Sonic Boom and then get Feeding Pit on the way out.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right, because if you try to go to Feeding Pit first, you can't keep going in a counterclockwise direction because there's a blocked door that you can only open if you go clockwise.
Pretty much. Now, given where Gollop ended up being when we got his stream back, my suspicion is that he got the suit in Transit Station, picked up the E-Tank in Reactor Core, and immediately save warped. I don't know if he checked Sank Map Station.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
He most certainly could have.
Yeah, this is the lock that I'm talking about, where you have to scan the 3 scan posts to open up the door here. You can't come up from the other end until you do this.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense that Gollop is doing this, because he actually has not done, I don't think, the full... Actually, no, he did do the initial full route, because he had to get bombs and grapple beam anyway. Oh, Dark Metroid's latching on the cutscene. How typical.
So, I imagine Jagger is going to start going to Torvis Bog this way now that he has Amber Translator.
Oh,
that's probably what he's going to do.
Chat's actually correcting me that the elevator he took was the elevator to from Sank to Aegon, so he didn't save warp at the ship. To the ship, he went all the way to Spider's Treasure to go back down the elevator.
That would make sense, because when he came back, he was in Sand Canyon. So
that's right. My apologies, chat. Thank you.
Oh, commentating is hard. Who would have thought?
And it looks like Jagger is now heading down to Upper Torvis, which, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is where our next big clue is. I mean, at this point, actually, once we get super missiles, we are pretty much going to be in go mode. Just a matter of it's just literally a matter of how much is on our to-do list.
Pretty much. Like, they have every major upgrade in the game besides supers. They know where, well, Gollop doesn't know, but we know where Dark Visor is, and we know where Echo Visor is. Another question is, when is Gollop going to find Dark Visor? Because Phase on Grounds is kind of a check that's kind of out of the way and alone, so it's usually not a check you want to go to.
True.
So, kind of depends on when he's going to check that out.
I think those might be super missiles in Path of Roots there. Indeed they are.
Yep. So,
And JaggerG is going back and immediately checking those Sky Temple key hints.
as he should, get the hints, get Echo Visor.
And yeah, he knows about Emerald Translator already, so
He's
it's
pretty
a
much got
solid
this race at this point.
Yeah, he's basically in a strange version of Go mode at 1 hour. Not even. Going for the save warp method. I thought he was going to take the elevator and just walk back.
Or maybe he's just saving to refill health. I don't know.
Oh, that might be exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, he's probably going to save warp after getting the hints.
Yeah,
But
that's actually a
Echo
really...
Visor?
Yeah, he does have to
Oh,
go
well, I
with
guess it
Echo.
depends, because like once you read the hints, you know whether you need Echo Visor or not. So if you know you don't need Echo Visor, then you can just reset back to Torvis.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad play.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Because with that save, he gets to keep his super missiles.
But if he does end up needing Echo Visor, he can just grab it there and not save warp or save reset, whatever. I imagine Gollop's going to stumble upon Dark Visor soon, because it looks like he's going to be doing the Temple Ground sweep.
Pretty much. Yeah, despite the trip back into lower, out of logic trip into lower Torvis burning a little bit of time, Jagger has ended up routing the seed quite spectacularly.
He's pretty ahead. Unfortunately for Gollop, he's not going to be able to get a Curse Link because he doesn't have Dark Visor, so he's going to have to double dip in here at some point.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
So I think JaggerG... I didn't see that, but I think it was a missile tank.
I think actually it was a cheeseburger. Looked a little too brown to be a missile tank. We'll see.
We're going to see where the hints are.
Yeah, this also allows us to triple check how many keys everybody's got. Or at least Jagger.
I believe he has 3, but we'll see. Because there was 3 he got were transport access. I know he got that. No, did he get Trial Tunnel? No, he did not.
I don't think
he's
so.
at 2.
Does have 3 keys, though.
Oh, he does.
I'm trying to remember where that third one was.
Yeah, I don't remember. What was that?
Torvis Energy Controller. That's free.
Simple. Map Station.
Sank Map Station. So we might actually have to track an extra key on Gollop. We gotta check in on that later.
Trial Tunnel.
Underground Tunnel, which is Emerald Translator locked.
Great Bridge. That's easy.
Great Bridge. That's free. Cache B.
Cache
Wow,
B.
they're all in Torvis.
Kind of expected because they already swept Sanctuary.
So so Echo Visor is not required, but Emerald Translator is. So with that,
again, where was it again?
Emerald is on Powerbomb Guardian.
Oh, okay. Knowing Jagger, he's not going to get it. Because he knows how to do the reverse BSJ and Forgotten Bridge.
Probably.
Which
the only Emerald Translator locked item anyway is that he needs to worry about is Underground Tunnel anyway. That's the only Emerald Translator locked key.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine the way Jagger's going to route this is he's going to get all his Torvis keys and do Sank Map Station last. Because the Sank Vault Side Elevator can take him to lower Torvis, and he could just go around that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jagger is definitely just about in go mode here.
At this rate, it's Jagger's race to lose.
Yeah, and he's definitely used to taking on final bosses with low energy. 3 E-Tank's Light Suit is definitely not an issue. But for most of the runners in this tournament, they've had no issue taking on Emperor Ing and Dark Samus with only 3 energy tanks.
Gollop's checking out Sanctuary entrance, which isn't a bad idea, honestly, because it opens up that path through Sanctuary, and you get a Cobalt hit.
Yeah, given what we know... Yeah, given what Gollop knows, this is still not a bad play. But it turns out that I guess the decision to go visit Sank Spider Side early just ended up being the And the game, to be fair, especially since the game gave us the blueprints for Sank Spiderside like in the first 5 minutes, it was a pretty solid bet that this neck of the woods was going to be pretty loaded.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Spider's Treasure neighborhood, but the entirety of Sank ended up being pretty darn good, because what did it have? Both of our suits. It had Annihilator Beam, which granted isn't required anyway, but
Gravity Boost, which is not required either, I think.
Technically no, because you can get to Under Temple without it.
Yeah, you're right.
Using only power bombs and going through the upper end of Dark Lower Torvis.
We're gonna see this ends. A Dark Temple key, which is useless for Gollop because he already has all the Aegon keys.
Yeah, Jagger's already seen it too. It was a Torvis key, so yeah, that hint has already been satisfied.
This is just unfortunate because sometimes in a randomizer, two players make two equally good yet different plays, and then one just ends up being ahead because of it. But they both played really well overall.
Yeah, I think Jagger is. Well, this is actually the Great Bridge Sky Temple key. Never mind. So yeah, Jagger's gonna finish up the Torvis route first, and then I would imagine he's gonna go to Sank Vault side from here to go get the map station key. It would be. I wouldn't be surprised if Gollop actually does have that key right now, despite the stream hiccup, because Gollop was able to check Sank map station previously when he was going to get Annihilator Beam.
Oh, and here we go. If you pay attention to JaggerG's screen, he's about to do the reverse BSJ up Forgotten Bridge, which bypasses the Emerald Translator requirement. It's a really annoying BSJ.
Yeah, but this
completely gets it.
But yeah, it'll pay off because now Jagger doesn't have to go back down to Under Temple or to Lower Torvis in general, I don't think, at this point, to get Emerald Translator or any other Sky Temple key, since he already got the key in Hydro Dynamo Chamber.
That BSJ is really annoying to do. I can't do it consistently, personally. It's just a very awkward angle, and you just have very little space to work with.
Yeah, I've only just started learning how to do BSJs over the last week or so, starting with a abandoned worksite. So yeah, BSJs are definitely still amongst the tricks that I would define as my kryptonite. That and out of bounds in general, I still can't do out of bounds for the life of me. Jagger at this point now has, I think he's got 5 keys.
I think it's 6. He didn't get Trial Tunnel, he didn't get Map Station, he didn't get Cache B.
And he also didn't get,
he got
sorry, what were the ones you said? What were the ones you said?
Trial Tunnel, Cache B, and Map Station. He did not get those yet.
Okay.
He did get Torvis Energy Controller, Underground Tunnel, and Great Bridge.
That's right. So yeah, he's at 6. Gollop, we're not sure if Gollop's at 1 or 2 right now.
Here it is. Dark Visor for Gollop.
Yeah, we're not sure if Gollop's at 1 or 2, because he certainly could have gotten the key at Sank Map Station while his stream had a hiccup.
That is true.
We'll know for sure when he goes to check his Sky Temple key hints, which we're...
Yeah, I don't know.
We might not even get a chance to see at this rate.
It really depends on when he checks out Torvis Lagoon area. The Torvis Lagoon area. Blech.
Yeah, because Jagger's on a roll here. He's already about to get the Cache B hint, and then he's going to probably... it's going to be interesting to see what he does next. If he decides to save warp to go back to the ship to go to Aegon that way, or to take the Forgotten Bridge portal and then walk to Lower Torvis.
Alternatively,
to go to Sank Vault side.
He could go out of bounds right here to go to Lower Torvis so that he can take the elevator to Sanctuary.
That is very true. Yeah, DCR blew my mind with that trick a couple of weeks ago.
It's a thing, because right now, if there is a door that's you can't access casually in Lower Torvis, but you can fall down to it out of bounds from where JaggerG is now. But it looks like he's not doing it.
Yeah, it's actually... because Cache B is normally in the Light World, the elevator that takes you down to Lower Torvis, but the pathway in between Upper and Lower Torvis is still technically the same room, even in the Dark World, so it is still loaded, so you can get down there if you go out of bounds.
Yep.
Looks like Gollop is going to go ahead and grab the transport A access. He might have already gotten it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any out of bounds in this race at all, and I really doubt we're going to. It's a handy tool to know for randomizers, just for shortcuts, though. You don't really want to use it to break logic much because, as we saw in JaggerG's case when he went to lower Torvis, that didn't really pay off. You're usually going to shoot yourself in the foot if you try to break logic too much. It can pay off sometimes, but yeah. He's probably going to take the elevator to Aegon, which would make sense because if we can go to Trial Tunnel and then take the elevator to Sanctuary from there.
Yeah, that's
which is really close to that station.
Yeah, I think that's about as good of a route as you're going to get at this point. That's an Inghive key.
Yep.
Pretty useless. But yeah, I think we can definitely... can we call this a Jet Seed?
This was a Jet Seed.
Absolutely. No bosses. Really, like, even Jump Guardian wasn't required.
Please make my seat tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day for Echo's Randomizer, because you're having your... you're having your race versus Bash Prime at 9, and the hour before, Op 82 and THK will be facing off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's out of missiles.
Yeah, he's going to get a quick refill here from a 10 drop. Looks like Jagger is going to use the, actually, he has to use the, well, he doesn't have to use this portal, but, yeah, this is the best way to get to Trial Tunnel anyway.
It will be a little faster than the other portal with the scan visor if you get this quickly. Just because you don't have to walk all the way across the room.
Gives him some extra missiles to play with, too.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you get there can't hurt, so you might as well.
Yeah, he realized that the I think he realized that the portal transition cutscene still had to load because he's never been to Dark Aegon at this point.
Nope, well, not this side of Dark Aegon.
Which is pretty crazy considering that this is usually something that has at least one valuable item at the start, if not in Crossroads, in usually Trial Tunnel, which to be fair it does. But yeah,
in Gollop's case, he just lost a lot of time from doing the Jump Guardian stuff, unfortunately. Which wasn't really because he made a bad play, it's just how the randomizer got rolled.
Mm-hmm. He's probably going to blame me for it. Now, you realize if I roll your seat tomorrow, you'll likely have to do Airy.
Probably. I'm used to it. And he just needs one more STK, which is the one in Sanctuary Map Station. Oh. So Gollop learned where Emerald Translator is, which is in a pretty terrible location.
Yeah, the logic is expecting you to... Yeah, so the logic was expecting you to go get super missiles out of, what was it, Path of Roots, then go down to Lower Torvis to get your Emerald Translator, then go back out. So Upper Torvis required double dip.
Oh, crap. He can't do anything if he goes here. Oh, no, abandoned site work.
He has, I was about to say, he's got Dark Visor, so he can at least, or Dark Beam, rather, so he can at least...
take this path here, up here, because he doesn't have supers.
Yeah, he can get through Torvis's front door still.
I thought he was going to try to go for the hints and or Echo Visor, but you need supers for both of those.
And I understand there is a way to go out of bounds and get to the Sky Temple key hints without Seeker missiles.
Or supers. Yep.
Oh, really?
You can skip both.
Fascinating.
I've never done the out of bounds myself. I've heard it's terrible and you never want to do it. And there's a reason you don't skip them into any percent speedrun. I'll say that.
Actually, with all that has been going on, one thing that I guess we can talk about real quick is that there is a new version of the randomizer currently in the works. Our runners are currently running on version 1.1.1, I think. or is it 1.1.2?
I
Either
know.
way, the Dark Zero is currently working on version 1.2, which has a couple of quality of life updates, including grouping the hints so that they are now text updated in text by color and location, rather than their original lore text entries. The same applies for Sky Temple key hints as well. And a feature has also been added to go straight to credits after taking the Sky Temple elevator. So those are a couple of exciting features coming down the pipe in Randomizer 1. Echoes Randomizer 1.2. But yeah, I would say the only real back and forth item that ended up really playing into this seed was really the Emerald Translator into the Underground Tunnel Key. That's about it.
Looks like Gollop's going to do the same thing as JaggerG did, I think. Or is he going to warp? Oh, he's warping. Okay.
Yeah, he's warping. He did pick up Super, so he can now go check his Sky Temple key hints.
At this point, like, I don't think he's necessarily like angry or anything like that, because he's still playing at a really good pace. Like, just keep in mind, seeds typically take 2 to 3 hours for decent players, and we're not even closer to 2 hour mark. So like, the timing of that super missile is not even that late.
Yeah, considering
JaggerG just happened to get his really early.
Yeah, although to be fair, we have had access to this area of Torvis fairly early, because it was only locked by what? Amber Translator, Light Beam, and
Suit.
Dark Suit.
Yep.
All 3 of which came relatively early. Although you had to go to Sank first to get a suit. To be fair.
Yeah, that's true. Like, so regardless, you had to do Sanctuary first.
Yeah, so both runners ended up having to get this little treasure trove of items here. So I can't imagine Gollop's feeling too far behind, despite the dip into Dark Aegon.
I imagine JaggerG is going to go ahead and use the save to ship warp after getting this. Like, what else would you do at this point?
There really is no better time to at this point, because Sank entrance is still farther away from Sky Temple compared to.
Is he? I don't know what happens if you just skip the quad like this. Because if you skip the quad fight, then the red barrier in front of the save room never goes away, so you can't use it. I don't know what happens if you try to go to the map station instead, though. So.
Well, the room is technically still loaded, so the quad should still be there.
It should.
Music certainly suggests it. Also, you have downloaded the map for this area. That's something you don't see too often. Oh.
Yeah,
the quad's still there.
He's good. He's good.
I thought when the music went out that it would bug out, but not the case, apparently. Yep, sounds like he's all good.
He's all good.
Certainly gave me a good scare. NH Elements agreements, not tonight's Semper Fire Dog, and in fact, Jagger's already got his 9th key.
This might be sub hour and a half. This probably will be sub hour and a half.
It will be at this rate, yeah.
Holy crap.
By the point of running after key 9 and going to Sky Temple, you're down to basically the last 10 minutes.
Keep in mind, standard seeds take over 2 hours, so this was the fast seed.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had no bosses, Sanctuary was loaded, and early access, so...
I think the players are about to do a high five with each other. Gollop leaving this area, JaggerG entering it.
Yeah, they're basically doing a... yeah, they're going to high five at the... right at the portal, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I think all things considered, Gollop's wasn't that far behind, like 10, 15 minutes, but all things considered, that isn't that bad considering what happened.
Yeah, and given that he already had... what was it, 5 Sky Temple keys at the point of checking his hints?
Yeah, he had more when checking in hints, so He doesn't have to go back to Trial Tunnel for one.
I think that does also allow me to assume he did pick up the key in Sank Map Station when his stream went down.
Oh yeah, so he doesn't have to go back there either. All he needs to do is clean up Torfus. So like, just from his point of view, he's pretty much good to go. He doesn't really need to do much besides get a Cursed Lake and then all the keys in Torfus.
Yeah, I think the major time save from Jagger's end was not going to South Dark Aegon and just basically going straight to Sank. Because yeah, just to remind the audience, Sanctuary had both suits, Annihilator Beam, which really wasn't required, so that doesn't matter. And what else did it have that was really useful?
Gravity Boost. I don't know if that was required either, though.
Gravity Boost wasn't required today either.
Oh, yeah. Gravity Boost, Light Suit, which is required. Both suits, actually, in Sanctuary.
And Jagger is wasting absolutely no time, not even going to take the ammo refills from the Ingworm Spheres, which granted he got a refill at the ship, so he's good on power bombs at least. Yeah, fun fact about those Ingworm Spheres is that you are guaranteed, based on your ammo, either 10 missiles or a power bomb if you are full on missiles.
This game's pretty well designed. What can you say?
Yeah, it's one of those like
this game encourages using your ammunition.
Yeah, it's also a property of those final room before final boss type scenarios where they always give you exactly what you need. Nice one cycle there on Emperor 1.
If anyone thought Annihilator Beam wasn't useful, well, hope that proves you wrong.
Yeah, Annihilator Beam just makes mincemeat out of Emperor 1.
It just has a ridiculous amount of DPS in general and in hopes, so it's just a very powerful tool.
Yeah, it's 12 damage per shot, and you can fire roughly 8 or 9 times per second. I think it is 8 times per second, so...
So that's 30 damage, so... Yep.
And now we're at Emperor 3, and you will see what every runner has done at Emperor up to this point, is you will see the screw attack method, although it looks like Jagger went a little too low to start there.
I usually want to wait a little bit at the start.
Yeah, which to be fair, he did wait the correct amount of time, but he screwed a little too low. So yeah, going back on Emperor 3 for a second, his heals are vulnerable to screw attack as a result of some ancient coding, if you will, in his original design. Originally, he was meant to have shields on his heals that would be vulnerable to screw attack, but that ended up being scrapped. However, the hitboxes were still coded in. This was patched out in later versions. But there goes Emperor 3, and now it's just a matter of taking on Dark Samus 4. Alright, Jagger dealing exactly the amount needed to defeat, to get Dark Samus into her minimum health phase before Dark Samus 4. And let's see how this plays out.
What Screw Attack was a little early, but he still stripped off about a quarter of our health with that, so...
Yeah, that's a really good first Screw Attack, which really, that's the most likely one you're going to get at this point, because you never know if Dark Samus is going to center right away, and it looks like he's using the Missile Dark Beam method now, with the remaining Dark Beam ammo. Yeah, he's going to have to resort to Screw Attack for the rest of this, if he wants to take Dark Samus 4 out quickly, which it looks like he's very close to doing.
Even if she centers, it's going to be pretty quick. Oh, yep, GG.
That is an amazing GG. JaggerG finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1:24.14. Absolutely fantastic finish. I'm not sure if this is a PB, but it is definitely the fastest race we've seen this whole tournament.
No kidding.
And It will catch up on the restream soon, but Gollop has forfeited the race at this time. Because it looks like he's actually was on his way to go grab Emerald Translator.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully both of our runners will be joining us up in the booth for an interview. And we are joined in the booth by JaggerG. JaggerG, GG, and a fantastic seed for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I basically got her out of that. That was incredible.
You did. Your election to go to Spider's Treasure before doing Dark Aegon ended up pretty much netting you everything you needed to finish up the rest of the game. And the early game definitely certainly did both of you, a lot of favors.
It was Pirate Labs. I wasn't gonna go to Pirate Labs. I thought, man, I guess I might as well open this just for good habit. And then I was like, well, I guess since I already opened it, I might as well go to it. And I was just thinking, this is probably not a great play. I'm gonna have to double back here later. Turns out I didn't. I just had to go there once and ignore Temple Grounds until later.
Yeah, bombs in Cache 1 was certain. It could have been a very trollish location, all things considering.
That was ridiculous, dude.
I think that was the fastest seed I've seen.
It's definitely the fastest seed we've seen this entire tournament.
Yeah.
I think someone had a faster. Didn't DCR win with like a 119 against me?
I don't remember if it was that fast, but it's definitely
pretty darn fast.
This is still up there in top 3 easily.
Like, he skipped lower Torvis and I think Sank that match. Well, I'm not sure about Sank.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have all the times of all the races in front of me, but yeah, I think we can definitely agree this one was in top 3. And not to mention, despite the bomb hiccup, despite the trolley bomb placement and slightly trollish super missile logic for getting Emerald Translator for the underground tunnel key, this seed was really good in general.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Man, Emerald and Powerbomb Guardian, I was considering doing that. Now I don't need to because I could just skip Emerald.
Yeah, you definitely that trick the Forgotten Bridge BSJ has shown itself a couple of times this tournament. Has been useful.
Yeah, for sure. And you had an easy time today with no boss tallies, huh?
Yeah, no boss tallies. The only boss that was technically required was Bomb Guardian for Space Jump. That was it.
Powerbomb Guardian technically too. But
true,
yeah.
True.
It's not too bad.
But Powerbomb Guardian's not...
technically is a boss.
True. But Powerbomb Guardian isn't really that hard of a boss at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how about both ball upgrades right next to each other at the start of the game?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be Boost Ball in the tunnel, and I was like, man, he's going to have Boost Ball and already have that Sky Temple key. And then I saw Boost Ball in the chamber instead. I was relieved. We were both going to have to go back for that.
It's actually
Did you do
funny.
The test jump?
He did do the test jump first try. You did it second try, though, right after. But at that point, you had boost balls, so I think you ended up making up the time in between the two tries.
You were both pretty much even for like the first 6-7 minutes.
Nice. That was, man, dumb plays pay out today.
Yeah, definitely one of the less conventional seeds we've had so far.
You know what? I was looking at Airy too. Like I usually screw attack the debris and stop the gyro, just in case, and it never pays off. But actually, yesterday I had a seed where Airy had space jump. That was pretty cool.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
That is a rude location for space jump. And I can imagine that too, because the dumbest place I've had my space jump is Storage B, and that's after doing reverse labs.
It was a hard logic seed anyway, so you expect trolls.
Yeah, I have asked if Gollop in the IRC if Gollop is joining us for an interview. I don't No, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm not 100% sure he's joining us. We'll give him a couple
Usually
minutes just
doesn't,
in
right?
case.
He might join in the SG chat.
He might.
Hey, gollop.
Oh, there he is. But yeah, GG's to you, Gollop. You still played a wonderful seed, all things considering. It really just came down to routing. We did lose your stream for a few minutes, right around the time you were picking up Annihilator Beam, but it was only for a few minutes, and we think we can profile what happened in that time anyway. We think you went to Sank Map Station to get the Sky Temple key and then go back down to Aegon that way through Sank Spider.
Right, because he would have went back to Temple Grounds, gotten his Cobalt, and then went to Spider's Treasure and whatnot.
Yeah, he did get his Cobalt much earlier.
I kind of felt bad routing Sank Map Station. Like, I went over to the Dark Samus portal in Aegon, and I was like, wait a minute, is this any faster than just save warping and then going through Sank entrance? I wasn't sure because I didn't stop the mini gyro. I didn't solve that puzzle. So I had to go around the top of Sank. And then I was like, if I'm gonna save warp, I should have done it immediately after Trial Tunnel. There's a save station right outside the Judgment Pit.
Yes.
That would have been better.
Oh, speaking of save stations, I'm surprised that you got both items in Hive Chamber and then reset for the ship. Is that faster, or I never timed it? I imagine it's faster to ship or from the
Probably
saves there.
not. I saw it done once, and I was like, "Hey, that looks like it might save time." And
I think I did it
and
once or
was like,
twice, and then I realized there's a save right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a save that no one remembers, because why do you ever go there?
Except when the
I've
game
started there a
reminds
couple
you if
times.
you have the hints still. Except when the game reminds you if you have the hint still turned on. Local save beacon is active. But
That's right.
you spooked us for a second at Sank Map Station because we thought if you hadn't killed the quad, you would have soft locked and the save station force field wouldn't drop. But the room was technically still loaded, so the quad was still there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I usually destroy the quad while I'm lowering the gate, but he did his laser attack instead. So I was like, just run away. It shouldn't unload the room. What could possibly go wrong? And luckily, nothing went wrong. I was worried when I triggered the map cutscene. I was like, I don't know if this will reload the room, but it's possible. No one ever wants to load that map unless they're doing room rando.
Yeah.
But, lucked out.
Yeah, like you said, definitely spooked us, but you got a bit lucky.
Also a little annoyed with my save warps back at the ship a couple of times, like from the Hive chambers, and then again I accidentally I tried to go to Torvis through the entrance, and then I remembered I don't have Amber. So
Yeah, Amber was
had to backtrack.
It wasn't out of the way, but it was a little it wasn't out of the way, but it was you had to do a little moving.
I knew something was in Dynamo Chamber because there was a fake hint about it.
Yeah, Gollop did actually get translators a lot earlier. He got when he went back for Cobalt, he also picked up Amber, so he read the Amber and Cobalt hints a lot earlier. Although to be fair, the Amber hints were pretty trash today. They did tell us that Chica was dead, though. Chica only had a light tank. There were a lot of light ammo tanks visible in this seed today.
You might say that this seed certainly wasn't light on.
Oh boy. I mean, to be fair, I made one earlier, so I can't really cringe too hard.
Don't make light of the situation.
Okay.
It never ends. So yeah, so Jagger, you will go on to face whoever wins the race at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Kirby versus Bash Prime.
Exciting.
So good luck to both of you.
We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
And Gollop's end looks like he's been knocked to losers, but he's still in the tournament, so he's gonna be facing whoever wins AWP, the winner of AWP versus THK.
Nice.
Yeah, so there is still a lot of awesome Metroid Prime 2 randomizer action on the queue. On the subject of that Op 82 versus THK race, that race will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. And an hour later, the match of Kirby Master versus Bash Prime. The Op 82 race will be on SpeedGaming 4, and the Kirby Master race will be on SpeedGaming 2. Once again, if you have not already, please give a shout up or please give a follow to both of our runners tonight, as they have put on a fantastic show for you. And also shout out to our tracker Op82, which for some reason the bot is not deciding to shout out for some reason.
Wow, rude.
But yeah, major props to Op82 for pressing all the buttons, keeping everybody up to date. And Kirby, always a pleasure commentating with you.
Yeah. Yep.
And anything else you gentlemen want to say about tonight before we wrap up?
I'm DCR.
I'm BCR.
Well, there should be no fewer than 10 DCRs on the station, according to the pre-tournament notes in the sign-up sheet. But with that said,
Kirby?
Yep. We'll see.
Good old fusion.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you next time, and see you next mission.
See you around.
Night.